So it seems like my last few videos have had the Kevin Durant on the Warriors intro, but it was a pretty big deal. A lot of people were mad at his decision. They're saying FKD, which, depending on the context provided, has a few different meanings, by the way. And so for today's Durant Warriors thing, I want to know what would have happened if Kevin Durant decided to stay on Oklahoma City and go against the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, or they pushed him to the brink in real life. And if we look at the roster Durant would have had, it would have still been Westbrook, of course, Victor Oladipo, who is an effective shooting guard when it comes to defense and still providing something offensively as well, which they've been looking for from their two-guard spot. Durant is Durant, of course. Now, Serge Ibaka's not there, which means they'd probably be going with the front court lineup of Kanter, who I don't know how effective he can be defensively against the Warriors, as well as Steven Adams. They also acquired Ersan Ilyasova, which is the closest thing they have to a stretch four. I also don't know how he'll be able to play against Draymond Green. Now, for Golden State, I'm just going to assume they bring all of their guys back. So Harrison Barnes is the starting small forward. Andrew Bogut and Festus Ezeli are the centers. Leandro Barbosa is still here. But I am going to still give them David West because, I mean, that dude would take as little money as he can just to hop on the Golden State train, so we'll say they still get David West off the bench. So how does 2K think this would go? Now, ignore their records. I had to make sure they both got here, so I put the simulator at 0, although it's at default now. Game 1, OKC with the win, and both Kevin Durant and Victor Oladipo were the main guys for their offense, including 10 3-pointers from both of them. My goodness. That's the thing about Oladipo. He provides that third scorer who could potentially score over 20 points for them. And then Russell Westbrook with a triple-double as well, making a contribution from everywhere. And as for Golden State, well, Klay Thompson definitely wanted to win. 41 points. It seems like he's always the guy who shows up when I do one of these. 7 3-pointers, so he did everything he can. But Steph Curry, 1 for 10 from 3? The hell's going on, Steph? They're not going to win if you're doing that. So now on to Game 2. And the Warriors are in trouble now, a 2-0 lead for Oklahoma City. I wonder if Durant's starting to regret this, because I know he's watching this video, of course. Now Russell Westbrook, nearly a triple-double this time, but 28 and 10 for the next Oscar Robertson, as 2K likes to call it. And while Kevin Durant wasn't huge, he definitely did enough to assist Westbrook. But the interesting thing, Enes Kanter, 16 points, 13 rebounds, being a real big body that Golden State was not able to handle. And now, Klay Thompson, he was still able to do his thing in Game 2 and putting up some decent points, but Harrison Barnes, the guy who crapped the bed against the Cavaliers in real life, he actually had a decent game himself in Game 2, although it wasn't enough. Then Curry, where you at, man? Steph Curry is not showing up. He's going to have to do it now. They're down 2-0. And now Game 3, can Golden State keep themselves alive? Nope. Klay Thompson's trying 5 3-pointers in Game 3, doing everything he can. But everybody else was just trash. I mean, this is a blowout. This game was over the moment it started, then Golden State had no chance. And Kevin Durant with another great game. 27 points, they can't deal with KD. But then, the twin towers of Enes Kanter as well as Steven Adams, both of them had a double-double. I have to imagine they were just too damn big for Golden State to deal with. You gotta kill them up front, and that's what OKC's doing. Can Golden State avoid the sweep? Not at all. Look at this. If Kevin Durant would have stayed in OKC, it would have been an easy walk over Golden State. At least Steph Curry finally showed up, 25 points, 10 assists. Although he really shouldn't feel good about the way he performed in this series. Draymond with 20 and 12, so I'm sure he was getting himself hyped up at points. And Klay Thompson missed almost every single shot he attempted. Then you combine that with Russell Westbrook once again having nearly a triple-double with over 20 points per game, and Oladipo with a nice 16 points as well. Too much to deal with. So there you go, KD. Maybe you should have stayed in Oklahoma City after all because you would have swept Golden State. Or we could just not listen to 2K because look at this opponent that the Thunder have in the finals right now. This makes no damn sense.